Hi, I'm Beth, and I'm here with another fun holiday project for you today. And today we've got a table runner that you can whip up in time for Christmas. We're using this whimsical Barely Christmas line from Northcott that's sure to delight children of all ages. So first we're going to make our snowball blocks. You'll need to mark your 1.5 inch squares on the wrong side of the fabric, and you're marking a diagonal line. I like to use a ruler that has a 45-degree line that I can line up with one of the edges and then mark across. And you'll do this with all of your 1.5 inch squares. Next, we'll take our 4.25 inch squares and we're going to align 4 of the small squares on each one in the corner. So line up the corners and take note of the direction of the line. It should be going this way. You don't want it going this way. So across the edge of the quarter. And you'll grab 4 and do that with each corner. Next, we'll sew across the drawn lines. If you'd like to chain piece these blocks, it's easier to start with just one of the small squares in the corner. That way you won't bump the other ones off when you're sewing. Now you can add another small square to another one of the corners. And then you can just keep repeating this until all 4 corners have the small squares sewn down. Next, we'll trim each corner. So take your ruler and you'll align with the sewn line, your 1/4 inch mark, and trim. You'll do this on all the corners. Once you've made the number of snowball blocks for your desired length of your table runner, lay them out in rows of 4 snowball blocks each, and then we'll sew them together in rows. Once you've finished sewing your rows together, press the seams in opposite directions, alternating rows, and then you can sew the rows together. Since you press the seams in opposite direction, they should nest together really nicely at those seams. Next, we'll sew our sashing strips to each short end of the table runner center. Next, you'll lay out your tree row according to the diagram. Make sure you transfer the dots from your templates. This will help you align the pieces when you're ready to sew. So we want to align the 2 dots. So you can put a pin through the 1 dot and then through the other dot. And this will help you line up where that is supposed to go. Do the same thing on the bottom piece too. So there's our dot. And line it up with the other dot. And then you'll sew those together. Since we're starting to sew on a point, it's a good idea to use a leader strip, so we're just using a little piece of scrap fabric. So you'll sew the rest of the row together in pairs, pressing towards the blue fabric. Continue sewing them into pairs until the row is together. Now that we've sewn our triangles, we can sew our rectangles together and we'll be pressing toward the blue again. Now we can sew the tree tops to the trunks. So repeat to make 2 tree rows. Now we'll join our tree blocks to our table runner and make sure the tree points are pointed towards the center. Next, we'll add the border. We'll sew our long ones onto the sides first. To complete the top of your runner, sew the short border onto the short edges of your runner. And now our table runner top is complete. Now it's time to quilt it. I think it'd be really fun if you did a swirl design in the center, kind of accent the snow, and then maybe add some texture to the trees with some dark green thread. You could even add some embroidery stitches to look like ornaments. Bring holiday cheer to your table with this cute winter-themed table runner.